Howdy guys, wanted to do another video about the suspension as far as off-road goes. You guys follow me on Instagram know that I posted a video recently wishing y'all a good weekend and with a quad in the back. Well, when I went to the ORV park, I had to go down these little bit of canyons by choice. There's an offloading part and then there's 200 plus acres of off-roading, so I decided to off-road it a little bit. And boy, was I surprised. I was super impressed with the suspension. So, obviously, I did a little video out there. I don't like the way it turned out. So now, wanting to share this with you, I didn't want to... Just wanted to give you a more informative video. So, for the guys that don't know, I just got a 2-inch block under the leaf spring. So, the geometry with the air, the lever, the sensor, and the leaf spring didn't really change besides the axle under that. It all changed. So 2-inch block in the back, and then I did a 2.25 spring, but I have King off-road racing shocks all around. I think they're called the 2.0s. So the story goes like this. For the guys that don't know, I still own that truck, but I used to personally drive a very similar vehicle. It was a 14 limited, same color. If you take a quick glance, you probably couldn't tell the differences. Well, I mean, if you're not a Ram guy. That truck had Bilsteins all around, the 5100s. I know that's a working shock. It's not an off-roading shock. I mean, as far as you ask me. And anytime off-roading was involved with my 14, it was gnarly. It was very rough. On the flip side, when I took this thing down little canyons there in the ORV park, just whatever reason, I decided off-road just to see what it could do. And it was very mild, nothing extreme. But the imperfections, the bumps, the humps in the road were very smooth. We're talking about a similar 14 being ridiculously rough compared to this 19. What's the big question here? Those Bilstein shocks work wonderful when they're loaded, but off-roading, stay away from them. It's sad as that, because I honestly think that's the biggest key there. With these shocks, with these King shocks, clearly they're off-road racing. Bilstein advertises off-road stuff too, but I'll leave that alone. Let's just more focus on this one. So, with you guys knowing that I had a 14 and I had Bilstein shocks, it was a board wagon. Now I get into this, and my train of thought was always, hey, you get what you get on the road, you know, you get a little potholes, you get the off-road view or side view of what you're going to get. But I was never expecting it to be so good off-road. I mean, this is a very basic system. No, I wasn't doing 30 miles an hour going down the road or going off these dirt paths, but it was very soft. It was very workable. So I'm very impressed. I don't know if I formatted my video. That's why I had to scrap the other one, because it was a lot of emotions. Like, holy smokes, this thing really off-roads for as a basic system as it is. So the shocks, the travel, really allowed the truck to soak up those imperfections, and I probably kept it at 5 miles an hour, maybe 10. 10's a little too fast. I kept it at 5, just enjoying my little canyon drive, you know. But shoot, you can't even do that with the 14, because it was just like, you know, sometimes you start jumping a little bit, but the 14 was just like bucking a little bit. And this one's actually, you know, hovering over these bumps, and I'm super impressed. I hope I'm not just repeating myself, but the bottom line, I'm super impressed with 2.0 King shocks all around 4 corners, 2 1/4 springs up front, blocks in the back, and they did phenomenal. Keep in mind, the only reason I have blocks in the back is because of the factory air ride or air assist. The truck comes leveled already. So from a factory stance, I just don't like the way this truck sits. So I gave it more or less 2 inches all around for aesthetic reasons, for just the way the truck looks. So it looks better with the tires and a little lift. Nowhere, shape, or form was I planning to off-road this thing, and nor am I planning on off-roading it. But once in a blue moon, you know, hauling my quad out to the ORV park, and does not include a whole lot of off-roading. There's literally like offloading area 100 feet from the main road. It doesn't involve any heavy off-roading, just a little bit of gravel. And I completely went off-roading by choice. Super impressed with the setup. That's all I could say. So if you're that guy that just sets up your truck, hauls your butt around, and then goes off-roading a little bit, definitely the setup. I mean, for the money, you can't beat it. Like, it went from on the road, the suspension does good. You know, I had issues with my sensors. I reported that in one of my videos that I fixed them. Truck rides much better. And now when I went off-roading, this system really shined. These shocks really shined. It allowed to travel, and it was just, I'm blown away. Like, for the money and parts I put into the suspension, for it to behave that well, it's super impressive. And a long story short, if I have to go up these, if I had to go up this and go through this few acres of land here, I would not mind it on this truck. Where on my 14, I'd really try to avoid it. So if I had to go around, I would do everything to go around and avoid the off-road. That's how big of a difference it goes from my 19 and a simple setup I have for road. Initially was set up for road. I just know King shocks have good shocks. So it does good on road, but it does phenomenal off-road. One of my Bilsteins do okay on road, empty. They do really good loaded, like a very controlled ride. But they're just ridiculously rough off-road. That's just the short gist of it. So anyways, I hope I shed enough light on this matter and how impressed I am with my system now. So that dude that off-roads this truck, really look into this. It's pretty cool. Anyways, as always, may the Lord bless you. May you almighty fine day. I'm just trying to reflect my real world experience with the stuff I do with these trucks. God bless. Bye.